quit at 37, and I was running for 30 seconds, walking for 30 seconds, running for 30 seconds, walking for 30 seconds. Then the next week, run for a minute, walk for a minute. Like, she just taught me how to build stamina, endurance, persistence. And I think the thing that got me all the way to the marathon, because I did run a marathon, which is such a fabulous, accomplishment, is that I would just trick my body all the time. So I would run until my mind said stop and my lungs screamed, I have no more air. And I would just say, okay, 2 more steps. And one teeny tiny step at a time, I proved myself wrong over and over and over again. Then all of a sudden I would wait until my mind was screaming, you can't. I would wait until my lungs were like, my legs, like everything hurt. And then I would say, okay, run to the next tree. And then as I started really doing mileage, it would be, okay, run 1 more mile, run 30 more minutes. And you know what? Every single time I did that, every single time I proved my mind wrong, I started to trust myself. And ultimately, it's trust in yourself that allows you to do anything you want to do whenever you want to. So this is always my reminder. And then when I started, you'll notice here, when I decided I wanted to become a national conference speaker, I did the same thing. So I just went, I paid money and sent myself as my own company to my first conference. Out in California. It was terribly exciting, and I would be there and they would say, who are you with? And I would say, my company. It was just me, right. And then all of a sudden I was applying and I was speaking, and now I get invited to all kinds of things. I'm literally just had one of my original presentations on building communities, a call from ATD, which is a very influential training and development publication. They do national conferences, but they're doing a feature on actually how I create cohorts and communities in their Q4. So I just literally wrote, they originally asked for 1,400 words, and when I shared it with them, they said, can you do even more? They said, we don't care how many words it is. So I literally ended up giving them, like, it feels like a dossier. Like I literally just poured everything that I had learned about how do you use communities to help people build resilience, so that they feel indestructible and they can take any action that they want. And that'll be out in Q4. So, and all that started because I decided I was going to do it.
Because you decided to run.
I decided. All you need to do, I decided. It was done. And I didn't care how long it takes. And I think the fun part of the story is I got turned down 3 times before my proposal was accepted. 3 times. And you know what? They only accept proposals twice a year. So I didn't even get my first speaking gig for almost a year and a half. And then it's 6 more months. So from the time I decided I was going to be a conference speaker, it took me 2 years to actually have my first conference. And then it wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have great feedback. It was decent, not super. But that's true of like the first time you do anything. But I decided that I was gonna make that presentation so good that it would become something that I got invited to do. And I do get invited to do all the time. And it was actually featured as one of the best webinars of the year for 2022. And I was invited by Learning Solutions to redo that presentation and have it recorded and sent out to their entire community. So again, like I didn't just say I wanted to be a conference speaker, right? That was a given. But could I create something that was so good, so memorable that someone would say this was the best? That's the energy of success. That's the energy of success. A lot of times we don't even allow ourselves to dream that big. And so we never get that big. And then as long as you're willing to take one awkward, sometimes uncomfortable, unknown step at a time, the more you make yourself comfortable with that, the easier it is. And now I can walk through any door I want. Very little hesitation. That's it.